Okay, so I want to try to make a video while I'm driving. Sorry to do this, guys. I know it's not the best quality, but I'm very, very busy the last 3 or 4 days with baseball and t-ball and work and whatnot. So try to get some content out here for you guys. But what I want to talk to you today about is checking your mirrors. When you wake up in the morning and you get ready to go out to the world, most people, look in the mirror. Check to make sure that their hair is the way they like it and there's nothing on their face and so forth. I don't have to explain that, obviously. But the purpose of the mirror is to kind of check yourself. Make sure, like I said, that you look appropriate or look the way you want to look. There's other mirrors in your life too that people may not understand or people may not think about. As a husband, first and foremost is your wife. Your wife is a mirror into your life. If your wife comes to you and speaks to you about a concern or a suggestion or something to do with the family or maybe some behavior that she hasn't liked in you recently, or the list can be, extremely long. And she's doing it with a sincere heart, out of love for you, out of concern for the betterment of you as a man, then that is a mirror in your life that you need to pay close attention to. That is a God-given gift, to have a woman, a good woman that will do that for you and come to you and be honest with you about where you're at in life. So always check your mirror. Other mirrors in your life can include, your children. If they're coming to you and they're being sincere and they're not trying to manipulate you and they're not trying to, play kid games between you and your spouse or whatever the case may be. They're really coming to you and they're like, Dad, I'd really like to spend more time with you. You're awful busy. You need to step back and put some thought into that and see if there's any validity to it. If there is, you need to set some time aside to spend with your son and or your daughter. But these mirrors in our life help us become better men. And this video is predominantly directed toward men. It goes similar with women, and children. As far as children, your parents can be the mirror into your life because they obviously care about you, probably more so than anyone else on this earth. They're going to give you the honest truth about where you're at. So obviously, children, you need to listen and respect your parents because they're trying to make you better. And the same can go for a wife. If a husband comes and says, hey, babe, I think, I've had a concern with this, or, recently I've noticed this behavior in you, and I just want to bring it to your attention. It's kind of concerning me. All those things are very, very important. So remember not to spend too much time in the physical mirror checking your appearance, but more time in the mirrors of your relationships, checking your soul, checking your character, checking your growth. Because I don't care who you are, what you do, how successful you are, how good your marriage is, how good of a dad you are, you can always grow. You can always be better. So always be willing to accept criticism from the ones that love you, as long as it's, like I said, in good-natured spirit. I'm not talking about, you're in a rough relationship, your wife has lied to you, stepped out on you, and I don't want to really get into all that, but now she's coming to you saying, well, you're this and you're that. That may not be the most, constructive criticism. That's not coming from a loving place of concern for you and being a better man. That's coming from an argumentative standpoint, a brawler standpoint. So use wisdom when dealing with this, but don't automatically jump to the conclusion that it's negative, especially, like I said, if it's coming from a pure heart. You know your wife, you know your children, you know your husband. If it's a genuine thing, take heed and listen to that. That'll make you a better individual. And as always, like I said earlier, children, listen to your parents. They love you more than anyone else on this earth, regardless if you believe that or not. I promise you they do. So again, guys, sorry I had to record this in my truck like this driving, but I just dropped my son off at practice. I got to go pick up my other son. I'm going to go look at a boat. You know how it is. You guys all live similar lives. We're all busy. We're all trying to make things happen. I just wanted to get this out there today because it's been on my heart. My wife came to me approximately a week and a half ago about some stuff, and initially it was hard for me to I don't know, soak in, because I didn't necessarily agree with it all, and I still don't agree with it all. But I gave it some thought, some prayer, took some time, and came back to her later and said, you know what, there were some things in there that I did need to listen to, and I did hear you. And I went to her and explained to her that I appreciated her coming to me, and you know, I feel like it helped me out quite a bit in my mentality. You know, I can tend to be negative about certain things sometimes, and you know, it really did help me. So, and that's the principle of life, is your wife being your mirror. So I appreciate her for doing that and being that woman that cares enough to come to me. And here's the other thing, guys. If your wife never comes to you, it's not because you're perfect. I promise you, it's because she's scared to come to you. She's scared of how you'll react. She's scared how you'll turn it around on her, or create an argument, or so forth. So try to always be approachable, always be teachable, always be willing to learn from everyone.